Good morning. Each new day presents a fresh opportunity, and how we begin it has the power to shape everything that follows. Imagine waking up with a sense of peace, purpose, and focus, grounded in God's presence before the world's distractions pull you in every direction. Starting your morning with prayer is one of the most powerful ways to set the tone for your day. It's an intentional act that allows you to center yourself in God's peace, strength, and guidance. When you choose to pray first thing in the morning, you invite God into your day in a deeply personal way. It's more than a routine. It's a sacred moment where you align your heart with His will, ask for His protection, and seek His wisdom. In a world that is constantly demanding your attention, making prayer a priority ensures that you're not running on your own strength, but on God's. Morning prayer is not just about asking for help or giving thanks. It's about taking the time to acknowledge God's sovereignty over everything in your life. It's a moment to surrender your plans, your worries, and your hopes, trusting that He knows what's best. Starting your day this way creates space for God to work in your heart, filling you with peace, clarity, and confidence to face whatever challenges lie ahead. As we explore the importance of morning prayer, I want to encourage you to make it a non-negotiable part of your day. No matter how busy or chaotic life becomes, taking even just a few minutes each morning to connect with God can bring a sense of peace and purpose that will carry you through. Prayer truly changes everything. It sets the foundation for a day filled with God's presence, peace, and direction. Part 1. The importance of morning prayer. Starting your day with God. When we talk about starting your day with prayer, it's not just about ticking off a box on a spiritual do list. It's about prioritizing God first thing in the morning, before the busyness, before the distractions, before anything else. Think about it. The first few moments after waking up are crucial. It's easy to feel the rush of thoughts and worries about what the day holds. But imagine if, instead of diving into the stress, you took a few minutes to center yourself in God's presence. Morning prayer creates a shield for your heart and mind. It's a time to invite God's peace into your day, setting the foundation for everything that follows. You might be wondering, what difference does a few minutes of prayer make? Well, it makes all the difference. Those moments of connection with God allow you to focus on what truly matters, not what the world tries to throw at you. Prayer in the morning aligns your heart with His will, reminding you that you are not alone and that He is with you every step of the way. This is more than just a habit. It's a way of acknowledging that the day belongs to God. We live in a world that can often feel chaotic, and the demands on us are endless. But when we start our day in prayer, we remember that God is in control. We can't predict everything that will happen, but we can know that He has already gone before us, preparing a way. Starting the day with prayer puts things into perspective and helps us move forward with confidence, trusting that God's got this. Part 2. Jesus' example, praying early in the morning. We don't have to guess at the importance of morning prayer because Jesus Himself set the perfect example for us. In Mark 1:35 we read, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went to a solitary place where He prayed." Jesus, who was fully God and fully man, knew the importance of seeking God first thing in the morning. If Jesus, who didn't need to pray for strength or guidance, still made it a priority to pray, how much more should we? Jesus' example shows us that morning prayer isn't about what we need in the moment, but about building a relationship with God. He understood that the day's challenges, demands, and distractions would quickly take over, so He carved out time for solitude and communion with the Father. He sought quiet and alone time with God before His day even began. That made all the difference. Jesus' prayers weren't just about asking for things. They were about connecting with His Father, receiving guidance, and being refreshed for the day ahead. Imagine what could happen if we took a moment, just like Jesus did, to seek solitude and prayer before the world around us begins its noise. We'd be setting our hearts on God, and nothing would be able to shake that foundation. Jesus knew the power of starting the day with prayer, and He was able to face whatever came His way because of it. If it was important for Him, it's certainly important for us too. By following His example, we invite God into our day right from the start, We invite His peace, His strength, and His wisdom to guide us through every decision, every challenge, and every opportunity. Jesus shows us that the best way to face the demands of the day is to first turn to God in prayer. And the good news is, we can do the same. Part 3. Aligning your heart and mind with God's will. When we begin our day with prayer, something powerful happens. We align our hearts and minds with God's will. The morning prayer isn't just about asking for things or giving thanks. It's about taking that sacred moment to surrender the day to God. It's about starting with a blank slate, inviting God to lead you through whatever comes your way. Think about how often we're bombarded by distractions as soon as we wake up. The news, social media, our to-do lists, the endless thoughts racing through our minds. But when you pray first, you center your heart on God's priorities rather than the world's. You invite His presence into your thoughts, your plans, and your decisions for the day. It's like recalibrating your compass, ensuring that wherever you go, you're moving in the direction He's calling you to. Sometimes, we wake up with anxiety about what lies ahead, whether it's a meeting, a difficult conversation, or an overwhelming schedule. But when we pray, we let go of that anxiety and trust that God has already gone before us. We hand over our worries to Him and trust that He will guide us through every situation. Prayer reminds us that we're not in control, but God is, and there's peace in that surrender. When you start your day in prayer, you set your heart and mind on things above, on His goodness, His plans, and His promises. So as you pray in the morning, take a moment to pause and ask God to align your heart with His will for the day. Ask for His wisdom, for His eyes to see the opportunities and challenges ahead, and for His strength to follow His lead in everything. It's a simple act, but it has a profound impact on how we approach the world around us. With God at the center of our day, we know that whatever happens, we are moving according to His will, and that's a peace that surpasses understanding. Part 4. Protection and gratitude. Seeking God's covering for the day. Morning prayer is also about seeking God's protection and covering for the day ahead. As we lift our hearts to God in prayer, we ask for His safety over our lives, our families, and our homes. There's something so powerful about starting the day with this intentional request for protection. In a world where dangers and uncertainties can come at us from every direction, we need God's covering more than ever. When you pray in the morning, you're not only asking for His peace, but also for His protection from harm, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. You can ask for God to keep you safe from accidents, from temptation, from discouragement, and from anything that might try to steal your joy or derail your day. It's like putting on armor, spiritual armor, that prepares you for anything that may come your way. But prayer isn't just about asking for protection, it's also about gratitude. Gratitude changes our perspective and shifts our focus from what we don't have to what we do have. When we start our day with thanks, we acknowledge God's goodness and faithfulness in our lives. It reminds us that despite any struggles or challenges we may face, we are already blessed. We have breath in our lungs, a new day to embrace, and a God who loves us unconditionally. So, in your morning prayer, take the time to thank God for the simple blessings, the gift of another day, the people in your life, and His presence in every moment. As you pray for His protection and guidance, let your heart be full of gratitude. This combination of asking for protection and offering thanks sets a powerful tone for the rest of your day, allowing you to walk in peace, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Part 5. Building consistency in morning prayer. Creating a habit of faith. Consistency is key when it comes to building any meaningful habit, and morning prayer is no different. It's easy to let the busyness of life get in the way, but when we make morning prayer a regular part of our daily routine, it becomes an anchor that grounds us. At first, it might feel like a challenge to carve out those quiet moments, especially when the world around us is so noisy. But the more we practice, the more natural it becomes, and the more we experience the benefits. Think about how much easier it is to get distracted when we don't have a consistent prayer time. When you don't start your day with God, the world can quickly take over, and before you know it, you've gone through the whole day without connecting with Him. But when prayer is built into your routine, It becomes the foundation that keeps you grounded. It's like setting a strong base for a building. No matter what comes your way during the day, you have that steady connection with God that holds everything together. Morning prayer also has a compounding effect. Each day that you dedicate to God in prayer builds upon the next, and over time, you'll notice a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and direction in your life. It's not just about feeling good for a few minutes in the morning. It's about experiencing lasting transformation that carries you through your day, week, and beyond. The more you pray, the more you start to see the way God moves in your life, providing wisdom and strength when you need it most. Building a habit of morning prayer also strengthens your relationship with God. The more time you spend with Him, the more you'll begin to recognize His voice, understand His will, and feel His presence. It's like any relationship. When you prioritize time with someone, that connection grows, and the more consistent you are, the deeper that bond becomes. I encourage you, don't get discouraged if you miss a day or struggle to make it a habit at first. God doesn't judge us based on perfection, but on our hearts. He sees your desire to draw closer to Him, and that's what matters. So take it one day at a time, and with each prayer, you'll find that God's presence becomes a more natural and vital part of your day. Keep building that habit. Before long, you'll find that morning prayer is not just something you do, but something you can't live without. It becomes the rhythm of your day, a powerful way to invite God's peace, strength, and direction into your life every single morning. As we wrap up, I want to remind you just how powerful the simple act of starting your day with prayer can be. It's not just about checking off a spiritual box, it's about inviting God into your day, aligning your heart with His will, and seeking His guidance before the world pulls you in every direction. Prayer centers us, brings peace, and gives us the strength to face whatever comes our way. Just like Jesus showed us, making time for prayer in the morning is essential, and it sets the tone for the rest of our day. As you begin to make morning prayer a part of your daily routine, remember that it's a journey, not a perfection race. It's okay to miss a day or feel distracted at times, but the key is consistency. Keep coming back to God each morning, and you'll see how He transforms your day, your life, and your relationship with Him. If this message has inspired you, I encourage you to make morning prayer a priority in your life today. Start small and see how it impacts your day. And if you found this content helpful, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Endless Love of God, for more inspirational content, prayers, and reflections. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts or prayer requests in the comments below. We would love to pray with you. Remember, God's love is endless, and He is always with you. Keep seeking Him and watch how your life transforms.